One. Hi, would you please introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Wendell Paulette. This is my wife, Paulette.
Muldrow.
All right. If you guys would, tell me a little bit about your lives and how you got to where you are now.
I started out on a long journey. I became homeless quite a few years ago due to an alcohol and drug addiction and things like that. I began to live on the street because I messed up and broke all the ties with my family and stuff like that because of my addiction. But as I was on the street, I began to worry, and I went into a depressed mode, and talked with some folk, and a guy introduced me to healthcare for the homeless. So I came to healthcare for the homeless, and they seen to it that I got health insurance, and I was still homeless, but they helped me with some issues, medical issues, and also mental issues that I had. And when I came to ACH, I got into an addiction program, and it helped me with my addiction. As I was here, I sat in on a couple of advocacy committee. They have an advocacy committee here that is called Be More Housing for All. So I got very interested in that because I wanted to share with people how I got my help and where people that was homeless like I was could come and get help. When I came here, like I said, that they helped me with my medical and mental issues and everything, and I got into an addiction program where I went away and I stopped using drugs and whatever.
How long ago did you stop using?
Well, I'm coming up on 3 years clean, but I was here for a minute, but I was still in my addiction for a while because I guess I wasn't finished yet. But I got the help that I had. They sent me away to a recovery place where I stayed at for 30 days, and I still wasn't finished. And then when I came back one time after that, I got tired, and I went to one of the facilitators here named Rick, Mr. Ricky Theismann, and I told him that I was tired, I was through. He asked me that I had 30 days worth of medication, which I didn't have, but they saw to it on that particular day that I saw the psychiatrist, and they helped me get my medication for the 30 days. They sent me away. I came back and I got into a program which they have is called a phase group, where you go through 3 sets of phases, and it helped me a lot. It helped me. I got my support and my start here at ACH, and helped me. And that also, through all that, I was introduced to my helper, my best good friend, which is my wife today, Paulette Paulette.
My name is Paulette Muldrow. I just want to say that I had a very good upbringing. My mother was very stern, and she instilled some good morals into me. As I got older, when my mom passed away, I was very hurt, and I got involved with the wrong type of people that I just wanted to make this group my friends, and with them making them my friends, I got introduced with drugs, and I didn't like how my life was turning out, and I had my own place, and by me getting introduced to drugs, eventually I lost everything. I lost my place, and I went on to live with relatives from this house to that house. I never got the chance to experience actually living and sleeping on the streets, but I knew and met people that were there, and I knew that the way my life was going, that I did not want to end up like them. And my mother morals always stayed in my head, and they still do today, that she did not raise me like that, and I was not used to living like that. So I had admitted myself into the hospital, into the emergency room, and they asked me why I was there, and I told them that I had a problem with drugs and I wanted to get my life together. And from there I went to this program They came and got me, and I went to this program, and I stayed, and I got myself together, and I thought once I stopped that was it, and I never knew that it was. I had to really put more work into it, and I stayed clean for 18 months, and after the 18 months was up, I went back into the old neighborhood to the people I thought were my friends, and I wanted to see how well I was doing and how well I was looking. And they told me one of the things when I first got myself together, that you had to change people, places, and things, but first of all, you had to change yourself. And I made that mistake by going back into the wrong neighborhoods, and I fell short one more time. I stayed out there for at least a year, and it only gets worse. It never gets better. And I was at my end, and I called my family members. I didn't say that I always had a job. I always kept a job. But this last time, not only the house went, but the job went as well. And I had no way to survive out in the street without money. Mm-hmm. So I called my family member, which was my brother, and I cried out for help again. And he came to my rescue, and I said, I really want this help. And I said, you know, Mama didn't raise us like this, and she's in my head. She stays in my head, and I need to get my life back together. And he said, well, I know the place to send you. And he gave me this name. He gave me a name, Mr. Rick. What's his last name? Mr. Rick Theismann. And I came to Healthcare for the Homeless, and I met with Mr. Rick Theismann, and I must say that was my foundation, because I was well on my way. He introduced me to the phase groups. I went through the phase groups. I became an alumni. I became an advocate for Healthcare for the Homeless with Be More Housing for All. I met my husband here at Healthcare for the Homeless.
It's remarkable.
We met here. We went through our process together. Coincidentally, we were born on the same day. We were just married on New Year's Day, because I'm proud of that. That's why I tell it. Yes. And we going through our process together. And I myself, I'm coming up on 3 years clean. I'm right behind my husband, and we celebrate everything together. Through all of that, I started asking people in churches and other places for help, because I said I didn't have any clothes, and I was used to looking and feeling good about myself a certain type of way for me to get my self-esteem back. And they started giving me clothes, and some of the things that I like and I could fit, and some things I couldn't. So I started asking other women, did they like the clothes, and if they like them, they could have them. And from out of that, God has blessed us with a clothing ministry called God's Choice Clothing Ministry. And then I was giving my donations out. We was blessed with an apartment. From there, I was giving out taking my donations in bags, wheelbarrows, wherever how I could get it, and I was taking them around to recovery houses, giving them away. And then we came down to Healthcare for the Homeless, and we kept telling people about it, and they went to a committee meeting, and they discussed us, and they blessed us with a room down at Healthcare for the Homeless, where we here every Tuesday from 1 to 3, and we give to whoever that's in need. We try our best. If we can't do it, I make phone calls, I do some networking, and God blesses us with the things that we need to help other people. And I really appreciate that the path that my life is on now, because it's not about me. It's about what was freely given to me. I have to give back to help other people. It's not about me. It's about helping other people, because that's how I was raised, and that's the morals that my mother instilled in me, and I want her to be proud of me, and that is my story.
I'm sorry, how do people donate clothing to you? What can they do?
Well, what I did, I made out some flyers, and one of the workers here, he looked over my flyers and he printed them up for me, and he made me 20 copies, and it went from there. And before I got down to my last copy, I went and got more copies, and I passed them out on the bus. I mean, I just fellowship wherever I go. It could be on
Okay.
the bus stop. It doesn't matter. Strike up a conversation. I let people know. People call me. I call them, and that's how it has grown.
If
Right.
to donate clothes to God's Choice Clothing Ministry, you can donate by giving us a call at 443-743-6763, 443-743-6949. Also, you can bring your donations down here to Healthcare for the Homeless and talk with one of the security guards or whatever, and they'll put the clothes up for us.
And the address is 421 Falls Way.
And we just want to appreciate. I
Okay.
want to say this: we put God first, and it's a struggle. I mean, God has blessed us, not to be homeless anymore, sleeping on the streets or in someone's basement. But it was a process, and it's something that you have to work for. It don't come overnight, And I speak a lot about God because God said in His Word, if you make one step, He'll take two. And it's still a struggle for us. It's not easy. But we don't. What I'm saying is that you don't have to live like that. It's help. It's help out there. You just have to get out and do a little footwork and ask for help, because you have so many people out here that's reaching out, that's trying to help you out, especially with the advocates here at Healthcare for the Homeless, Be More Housing. Through all, we try to do everything we can to help the next person. So.
Yeah, because when certain, what's the time come when we go to Annapolis and we speak to the state legislators on certain things like TDEP program, food stamps, jobs, employment. We speak on a lot of different topics, and we have a voice, We have to speak out for the ones that are too afraid to speak out, the ones that don't have the courage to speak out yet, and for the ones that can't speak out. And that's why we are advocates.
All right. Well, thank you very much for the
Thank you.
information and everything.
You're welcome.
The advocacy group meets at Healthcare for the Homeless every Tuesday at 11:30, if anybody's interested. Thank you very much for speaking.
Thank you.
Mom.